be sure that you have a different one, okay, from your classmates. Uh, Later, I will go to that part wherein we will be able to see that that page wherein we have the listing of the problems to be solved and to be submitted on Tuesday next week, because today is Thursday. Had we met last Tuesday, dapat karon unta uh, async, no? Async. And you could have started solving that problem solving set. Pero aman mo musugot, okay? So, parang na-delayed na ka. And by the way, also next week, just to announce this ahead, you will see your chapter 3 ha, long exam about problem solving. When is it to be given? Ang plano untaan na is Tuesday next week. Tuesday next week, no? Uh, we're a day or a meeting delayed already. So it's going to be given on Thursday. Uh, and it will be face to face. So instead of my parang plan before to hold an online session on Thursday next week, uh, mag face to face na ta and then have the exam on that day. Okay? So that's announcing ahead. And by the way, starting in April, if the changes regarding the online sessions, the face-to-face sessions have to be implemented, then kanang TTH, okay, on Tuesdays, face-to-face, and then on Thursdays, online. Pero, again, there will be teachers, expect this, na who will really ask you to come on Thursdays, depending on what they are planning to have on that particular day, kanang Thursday. Because when we submitted our schedule to the HR and to the VPAA, the number of face-to-face classes is, yeah, it's greater than the number of synchronous and async combined. In fact, class, most teachers have fewer uh, um, sync, no? Kaya gi-prefer na nila ang face-to-face for the reason na it's about 55%, I forgot. Lisod pag-obtain sa 55%. So we're utilizing some Thursdays para maabot ang 50. I forgot really the percentage. Basta 30, 30 hours out of 54 hours. Okay? So that explains why some teachers come on Thursdays to school. Kay usahay nakaschedule ang ilang exam on those particular days. And exams should be given face-to-face man daw. I still prefer to give the exam online pero naka face-to-face, so in front of me. That's how I see it, para naman how teachers would try to help themselves, no? Okay. So that's it, huh? Today class, we're going to take up and finish chapter 3. The whole chapter. Is it possible it's going to be that quick? Yes, class. Paninguhaon jud nako because we were not able to meet last Tuesday. Okay, sige. I'm going to present my screen now. Wait for a while. So this is my PowerPoint. Oh, do you see my PowerPoint? class?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So, Module 3, problem solving. Now, expect the lesson to be all about problem solving. Um, First page, by the way, you can always read this. So, let's go to the subsections now. Therefore, this is the first, deductive and inductive listening. Why are we taking this up? It's because there are problems. There are problems. Remember this, that are not just to be solved, um, are not just to be computed, okay? But they are to be solved. You solve them by reasoning, okay? Reasoning class by applying logical reasoning. So, like for example, the deductive and inductive reasoning, we find their use in problem solving. Many times, no, I have encountered the use of, I have applied the deductive and inductive reasoning. Okay, review. Deductive reasoning means there are general cases, and you use them to say something about a specific case, about a specific situation, or about anything specific. Okay, so general to specific. Inductive is opposite. You have done observations about specific cases, and then you use your observations to come up with something that is parang general. So it might be the conclusion, it might be the generality, but of course, class based on your findings, based on your observations, based on what you have seen. Now, furthermore, I have here, okay, class, look at this. Many times we refer to, we recall equations, we recall properties, theorems, axioms, and terms, definitions of terms. Okay? And we use them to help us out, solve the problem. That's deductive reasoning. The use of a formula, applying a formula, that's deductive. When you say, unsa gani itong definition ng kuan? Maybe you're thinking to apply the definition, to be guided by the definition, to be enlightened by the definition. Okay, that definition, existing definition, may will lead you to something, and that fact is called deductive reasoning. Now, we have here four examples. Okay, look at the examples. From general to specific, all men are mortal. Here comes a man. What can you say about him? So, major premise, minor conclusion. After the eight laws, um, remember your elementary logic. Okay. I cannot recall the eighth, the last. Remember the modus tollens, etc. Okay. After the eight, those eight, there's still a continuation. Now, I will not mention the names anymore, as to try to see that you have this uh, major premise, saying something about the generality, and then specific, and then say something about the specific. Number two, all students eat pizza. Claire is a student at USC, therefore she eats pizza. Okay, same as number one. Next, if a number is divisible by 2, then it must be even. Here comes 2020. What can you say about it? Okay, it's an even number. Why? Because it's divisible by 2. So again, by deductive. And also number 4. I have two if and then statements here. Then here comes my conclusion. Sorry. Okay, the conclusion is derived from applying hypothetical syllogism or the transitivity. Okay? Remember these examples. They're all under deductive. Let's go to inductive. This involves looking for patterns, um, uncovering hidden patterns. Okay. And then making conclusions out from them. Okay, let's see our examples. Number one. I know these are so easy to answer. Number one, what is the next number in the sequence 613, 20, 27? If I ask that to you, what's your answer? Yes, identify yourself. Huh? Okay, what's your name?
Talibal Miss 34.
Why?
You add 7, Miss.
Okay, so you notice the constant difference, 7, and so 27 plus 7, 34. Correct. Okay, thank you. Let's go to number two. It's been observed that Mars, Venus, and Mercury travel about the Sun in elliptical orbits. Therefore, all planets travel about the Sun in elliptical orbits. This conclusion is derived from using inductive reasoning. As well as number three, all caravels that you have seen are black. Therefore, all caravels must be black. Okay, something like that. Now, let's go to 3.2, problem solving with patterns. Okay, now, I think class, so many here are good in parang pattern recognition, no? I should have, I should skip this section and concentrate on the different, wait, I'm just going to let you see something. The different variety of techniques or the strategies in which um, pattern recognition, look for a pattern is one of the techniques. Okay? Pero I don't like to take things for granted. So let's have, let's discuss this problem solving with patterns. Okay? Now, the Gauss's method. Uh, Gauss gave a certain problem to his elementary students. Um, he wanted his students, to get the sum of or the total of the following numbers: 1, 2, 3, up to 100. Okay. Now, if I post this to you, would you be able to solve this in a few minutes? Actually, class, in less than a minute. That's what I want. In less than a minute, can you give me the total of 1, 2, 3, up to 100? What do you think? Without using a formula. Okay. I know some of you are thinking about the formulas that you encountered, that you discussed in when you were in senior high about sequences and series. Okay. Kanang why formula high. So how do you solve this? Okay, class. If I change 100 to 1 million, if I change 100 to say 984, if I change 100 into say 99, 103, would you still be able to solve that problem? Okay, that's the important thing. Makahibaw ka ba pag-solve? And by the way, class, the problems under this chapter are mostly non-traditional practical problems, problems that exist, that are just around us. Kana atong solbon, dili ta mag-solve anang problems in trigonometry, in geometry, etc. na medyo wa diri, wa dito na. Okay. So, let's go back. Class, instead of making it up to 100, why don't you make this up to 10 and try to see whether you can do something about the digits 1, 2, 3, or the numbers rather 1, 2 up to 10. Sige, try ha. Get a sketch paper. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10. Okay. Sige. Notice the extreme numbers 1 and 10 that gives you a partial sum of 11, di ba? 1 and 10, 11. And then 2, after 1 is 2, and before 10 is 9. That pair, 2 and 9, also gives an 11. 3 and 8, another 11. 4 and 7, another 11. 5 and 6, another 11. And there are no more pairs. Okay? Those are the only pairs that give what? 11? How many pairs? So 10 divided by 2, 1 to 10. 10 divided by 2, 5. Each pair gives a partial sum of 11. So 5 times 11, 55. Right? So bisan pag di ka mag-calculate, makuha ni mo ang answer in just a few seconds. So regarding, okay, going back to 100 with that idea, and that idea in fact is called the Gauss's method. The sum of 1, 2, 3 up to 100 is not a big problem anymore. Okay. Bisan pag i-1 million na siya. Sige. How do you solve that? Going back to 100 now. 100 class. So 1 and 100, that's 101. 2 and 99, that's 101, di ba? How many 100 ones? 100 divided by 2, 50. 50 times 101, that's the answer. Okay? So, what is 50 times 101? That's something, right? You help me out. What's 50 times 101?
5,050
5050.
5050. Okay, very good. That's it. So, if I make this 1 million, dili na siya problema. Okay? So, 1 million divided by 2, 500,000 pairs. Each pair gives a total of 1,000,001. So 1,000,001 times 500, that's going to be your answer. So naa kay answer, kaso lang siguro it's not declared yet, but you have a solution. What matters most, class, is that you know what to do, how to do, and that there's going to be an answer. Dili kay waka kay ba sa buhaton, kay ba mag-answer. Okay? So this one is the Gauss's method. Remember when to apply it? Okay. And by the way, class, pwede man na ma-modify. Supposing class, you have uh, plus 101, no? Up, you stop at 101. Okay. Maparis na nimo, still you look for the pairs. There may be um, there could be pairs, no, na makita mo giving you a particular sum, and yet there's that number na wala kang maparis kay kung kang 101, there's that number in the middle section na what siya lang. Okay, so still go for the number of pairs times that partial sum, then plus that number in the middle. You can create your solution, class. Okay? Don't memorize. Try to understand. See if you can modify your solution. Sige, let's go to triangular numbers. Triangular numbers, examples, 1, 3, 6, 10. Be observant, class, ha? Be observant. Triangular because they could be represented by triangles. Okay, except for one, of course, wherein dili pa na siya triangle but just a dot. And regarding 3, the second triangular number, look at the composition, class, 1 plus 2, di ba? The second, 1 plus 2. The second triangular number, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3. And then look at the triangle. How many dots in the first row, in the second row? How are they put together to form a triangle? Let's go to the third triangular number. So when you say the third triangular number, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. Then look at the triangle. Bigger, a bit bigger than the previous. Let's go to the fourth triangular number wherein the composition is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. The total is 10. The triangle is this triangle here. Okay? Ganun siya. Okay, with that, what are the next 3 triangular numbers? Go. Next 3. After 10. Faster, class.
15, Miss.
Then followed by, after 15,
21.
21, followed by
28. 8.
28. Good. What's your name?
Arisha, Miss.
Family name?
A younger in Miss.
Okay, thank you. So that's it, class. Y 15 plus 5. After plus 4 here, plus 5. Y 21 plus 6. And Y 28 plus 7. So if I ask for the 50th triangular number, what is the 50th? Hint. When you say 50th, note, be observant, class, ha? Be observant. C3 rather, is the second triangular number. When I say the second triangular number, in the series, you have 1 plus 2, and you stop at 2. 6 is the third, because in the series, you have 1 plus 2 plus 3. 3 is the last. Okay. So sa 50, expect this. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, plus 50. What's the total? Mo na siya ang answer. What is the 50th triangular number? O anybody? If up to 50, class, if ang sum up to 50, starting from 1, followed by 2, and so on. Yes,
1,275, Miss.
because,
Uh,
why?
the, the same as you said sa 100, Miss, na 50
Gauss's
plus
method.
1, then multiplied by 25, Miss, the middle of
Okay.
50.
What's your name?
Vidal, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Class, applying Gauss's method. Applying Gauss's method. 1 to 50, pila ka pairs diha mahimo? 25. 50 divided by 2. 25. And then each pair gives you a sum of 1 and 50, 51. So 25 times 51. 1, 2, 7, 5. Very good. Okay? If I want you to give me the 101st triangular number, 101st triangular number, class. Okay. So, same procedure. Mangitagyapong kag pila ka pares, but it's odd man. 101 is odd. Himuon ng 100. 100 ang 101. So 50 plus pila gani ang total ana 1 og 1, okay. Then plus something katong isa na walang pares sa middle part amo na imong i-add. So I'm enlightening you on what to do if in case panangitan lang ha we deal with we're given a series wherein the last number is even, wherein the last is odd. Always think kung naa ka ba'y mahimo to solve that problem. Don't memorize, class. What matters is the solution. Maka-create ka ba ng solution? So, that's it. Okay, let's go to square numbers. Square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16, and many more. Okay? 1 is, when represented geometrically, is a square. 4, the next square number, means 4 squares. And look at the squares, the composition. The original square plus 3 other squares surrounding it, but pieced together in this manner to get a bigger square, this bigger square. Okay. Now, 9, the third square, okay, and then 16, the fourth square. And if you look at the composition, 1 is 1, 4 is 1 plus 3, 9 is 1 plus 3 plus 5. I think you are noticing something already. 16 is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, right? Okay. What are the next three square numbers? Next three. After 16, go. Faster. Pass.
25,
After 6,
miss.
5, miss.
25. Y plus
And then,
9.
Plus
no,
9, miss. 7 plus
plus, miss,
2.
9.
After 25.
36, miss.
36,
After 36.
49.
49.
Correct. I heard two guys, a male and a female. Who's the lady?
Tulibaw, miss.
And then the guy, the other one.
The one, miss.
The one. Yeah. Thank you, Joshua. Okay, that's it, class. But there's another way to get the next three square numbers. Okay. Did you do your did you find your three square numbers by adding the next odd numbers or by
Yes.
another means? Nailaing paagi. Oh, go back. One. Think deeper. Four. The second square number is 4. The third square number is 9. The fourth square number is 16. I'm just trying to make something obvious. So the fifth square number is, you mentioned it a while ago, 25. The sixth, 36. The seventh, 49. Do you notice something? The square
5
numbers,
raised to the power of 2, miss.
5 raised to the power of 2. 5. That's for 25. Okay. What's your name?
Agi po, miss.
Agi po. Okay. So 5 squared, 25. I agree with you. Tapos, after 5 squared,
6 squared, miss.
correct.
Then
Squared.
so on and so forth, miss.
Okay, good. So what's your name now?
The one, miss.
The bun. Okay. So I'm just making it obvious, no? So there's another way. Kaysa mag-add kag sige og odd numbers, dugay mahuman, di ba? Why don't you parang do a kind of squaring? What do you square? What's the base number? So if I say, for example, I want the 13th square number, 13 squared, whatever is that. I want the 89th square number, so 89 square. Okay? So going back, the 40th square number therefore is blank. 40th,
1,600, miss.
1,600. What are you doing? You
Gi-square
are,
ang 40.
okay, 40 squared, doing 40 squared. What's your name?
Delmar, miss.
Delmar. Okay. That's it, class. I hope you appreciate this problem. There are so many kinds of numbers, class. I cannot afford to present all. Okay? Sige. I'm just teaching you something na akay mahimo, ha? And the solution is not necessarily done by recalling formulas. Sometimes we recall, sometimes we create. Sometimes we help out ourselves, no? Maghimo tag ato-ato na solution just like what I did a while ago. Okay, now let's do this. Notice this problem here. Look at my cursor. Okay, actually the question is this one. What is 6 comma 666 comma 664 squared? I'm not reading it accordingly because I want to emphasize the number of 6. Okay, and you might say, we're dealing with a figure with so many 6. Is that it? Wait for a while, huh? The construction is starting to, um, 66666 is how many 6, diba? And then a 4, and then quantity squared. Okay, anyway, the hint or the clue is you reduce the number of sixes and hope to solve simpler cases. When I say simpler cases, kung usa lang ka 6, so 64 squared. When there are 2, 664 squared. When there are 3 and more, hoping to parang see something to get a pattern somehow kung na ay pattern. Okay? So, we need to see, in order to say something. Sige, go with your calculator. Okay, faster, 64 squared, what is it? 4?
4,096, miss.
4,096.
4096. Okay? I want the first one who gave me that answer of 4096 to answer 664 squared. Okay, what is 664 squared? Dictate to me the digits. Go.
440896, miss.
Oh, what's your name?
Larada, miss.
Larada. Okay. Class 4. How many fours? 2, followed by a 0, and then an 8, and then 96. If you compare this to the previous, katong kanina, 4096 lang, with 1 4, a 0 after it, and then no 8s, then 96. Tapos this number is giving us a different result na shy 8. How many 8s? Only 1. But still ending with 96. Okay. If you go to 6664 squared, the answer would be what?
4440886.
44408896.
How many fours?
3 na, miss.
3,
With a
miss.
0. With a 0,
1,
right?
Yes, miss.
After 8, after 0, 8s, how many?
2, miss.
2,
Okay.
miss.
And then ending with 96. What's your name?
Delmar, miss.
Delmar. And then kanina, ang backup ni mo, who's that? Who was that?
Kaputan, miss.
Okay, Gaputan. That's it, class. Ana siya. Now, I will not waste time asking you to do this last one. Kung observant ka, you'll be able to answer this 6, 666, 664 squared. Tanawon lang na nimo siya, you can dictate to me the digits. Okay, sige. Who likes to try? Ayaw i-calculate ha? Go.
6 ka 4, miss. Dayon 0 niya. 5 ka 8, 96.
Correct. That's it. See? What's your name?
Delmar, miss.
Delmar. Okay. Very good. Sige, that's it. This is done then by pattern recognition. Okay. I hope you appreciate that number. Class, in the next, in our next long exam about problem solving, some problems are answerable by using pattern recognition. And in some numbers class, I don't have hints or clues anymore. Di na ako muhatag og hints or clues on how to, get the answer. Okay? So, in this problem, you are parang trying to solve this by solving simpler cases. I-simplify usa ang problem by attacking simpler cases. And then once you see something, once you recognize that there's a pattern, apply your observations, derive a formula somehow in mind, not necessarily a formula nga daghang x, daghang y, etc. Okay. Pero something lang that will lead you to if blank and then a blank or something like that. Then you can help out yourself with the solution. So to me, solution matters, not the final answer, class. It's the solution that matters. And you have to present your solution well, such that it can be understood by anybody and make it direct to the point. Let's go to the next problem. What's the ones digit of 9 to the 58? Class, I can make the exponent smaller, bigger, or something so weird, like for example 9 to 1 billion something, okay, and still ask for the ones digit of that. Okay, now how would you solve this kind of problem? Just like what you did a while ago, simplify the problem, make simple cases or simple problems out from this problem. When I say simple problems, himuasa ng 9 to the 1, 9 to the 2, 9 to the 3, 9 to the 4. Okay? Is there something about the ones digit of them? Okay, so 9 to the 1, 9. Ones digit, 9 of course. 9 squared, 81. Ones digit, 1. 9 cube, 9 times 9 times 9. 729. Ones digit, 9. Okay, look back. 9 kanina sa 9 to the 1. 1 from 9 squared. 9 from 9 cube, di ba? Okay, you can continue. Do 9 to the 4th, 9 to the 5th. Okay, and then you stop na. Okay, kapoy na, no? Now, what would be the ones digit for this 9 to the 58? Nine to the 58, class. Faster. 9 to the 58. Are you still around? Are you still around, class? Can I still be heard?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
What is 9? The ones digit of 9 to 58. 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1. Mao na ang
9,
pattern.
miss.
9, why?
Even man, miss. If it's
Ah,
odd
the
and then
power,
small.
the exponent is even. The ones digit is
9.
9. If I make the power 2023, 9 to power 2023, what's the ones digit?
1.
1. Huh? 1? 2023 ang power?
Ay,
Odd?
miss, dili siya bali, miss. If odd siya, miss, kay 1 ang ones digit. If even, kay 9 ang ones digit.
Oo. Sorry.
So, 9 to the power of 58, miss, is 9 ang ones digit. Ay, 1 ang 9 ang ones digit sa 9 to the power of 58.
Even man.
Yeah,
Yes,
even
1.
siya, so 1.
Even 1. So, if the power is 2023, odd, 9.
Yes, miss. If odd, miss 9. Then if
9. Good.
even, then 1.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Dabon. Thank you. Okay. So, that's it, class. Okay. Let's go to, by the way, I'm going to show you something, huh? This one. Find the last digit of the sum. Oh, look at this one. You might say, how are we going to do this? Do you know, class, that it's one of the numbers in the problem-solving set? Okay. And I know this is not just it's not a problem as simple as this one. This one. Okay. So anyway, I just happen to remember. Okay, let's go to 3.3 now. Pulias, problem solving strategy. Okay. Uh, when you were solving problems, class, I know your teachers helping you before were applying the Pulias problem solving strategy. Pulia has 4 steps. First step, understand the problem. Second step, devise a plan. Third, carry out the plan. Then fourth, checking. Review the solution and then checking. That's it. Going back to the first one. Many times, my students were telling me before, I cannot solve the problem because I don't understand the problem. Okay. Do you know that it's just normal to be not understanding uh, a problem? Okay. Because sometimes a problem is not that simple. Whenever it is complicated, class, try to read and reread it many times. Sige lang, basa, 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 basa until such time that you can restate the problem in your own words. You can restate the problem in your own words. And you can determine what is asked and what are given. What is asked, what are asked, depende pila ang ipasolve, and what are given. Let's say what are given, the given data, the conditions, other pertinent information. And that will lead you to think about the variable or variables to be used. Class, don't ever think that it's just all about X, Y, and Z. There may be other unknowns like rates of change na siya, rate of change of what man, volume, respect to time, etc. So you might think that these are weird problems, but they are really problems existing in calculus and they are treated as easy there. Okay? And naapay mas lisod na problema, mga problema. So, part of understanding is by may I repeat, stating the problem in your own words, and followed by the let part. Let, blah, 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 let, and then identify the unknowns. For example, you're using variable x. What does it stand for? Okay? And maybe the. Okay. Kung mo attempt ka pag-solve, pag-understand the problem by trying to make a drawing, is understandable, class. Kaya di man ka-demonstrate, ka-draw, ka-diagram without ka-interpret sa problem without understanding the problem, di ba? Although at first, parang you're not certain about your first step, no? Your drawing, whatever there is that you are constructing, pero it can somehow help you understand the problem. So nana siya sa step 1. Number 2 is when you proceed from your drawing. Nag-draw ka na. Although di ka sure, you continued. And maybe your mind is working na. Okay? Basta ikaw na lang, ma-feel mo man na siya. From your drawing, you do something. From that something, okay, and so on and so forth. So if you can still proceed from that step, continue. Because if dili na jud na makaya mo, stop man jud ka ba? Because you cannot, you reach a particular portion wherein you feel na, I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. So, let's talk about devising a plan. Your initial plan could be making a drawing or maglista ka, making an organized list. Make it organized, not just lista-lista lang. A table, maybe a chart perhaps, and then maybe you apply some logical reasoning, i-inject mo siya. You do elimination method, you work backwards, you look for a pattern, make an equation or model. Make an equation or model means to derive. Or this one, use an equation or model, existing one. Pwede na siya, all about equations. And then, try solving a similar but simpler problem. Just like what we did a while ago. Perform an experiment, but when you perform an experiment class, there are some problems wherein kailangan ni siya. And you make drawings, no? But the drawings must be accompanied by brief description on what is happening in that particular step or stage. And then, the guess and check, the trial and error method. Now, wherein you are going to present also your trials, your attempts, your mistakes, your errors. Because without them, how would we know na nag-trial and error ka, nag-guess and check ka? Okay? So they're part of the solution. May I repeat, the errors are part of the solution. So without them, if you present just the final solution, final answer, don't expect the maximum points. Okay? Even if you say by trial and error method, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So that's under devising a plan. When you devise a plan, remember this class, usahay pwede isa lang ka method, usahay 2 methods or more methods in a particular solution. You start with this, continue with that, and then basta ikaw na mag-maneuver until you see something. You're able to solve the problem. So, instinct will tell you lang naman, saan naman niya? Okay, so go with the flow. Next, carry out the plan. Because sometimes in number 2, in devising a plan, ideas lang no? Ideas. And then when you really want to present na your solution, sure ka na sa imong mga moves, siguro, okay, do or repeat again the presentation in a cleaner paper and work carefully, repeat, di ba, limpyuhon man ani mo, usbon nimo write, o magre-write ka sa imong solution. And then, if ever you feel that somewhere at the middle part, somewhere in this part, ay, mali man ko, review, maybe discard that strategy, or modify the existing plan, and then repeat again. Okay? Because it's just normal to happen na realization comes last, manggod, na ay dili di ay uy mali di akong equation na okay, this and that. There are some things that are likely to happen, not expected, even. And don't discard scratch papers. I-crumple mo tapos ilabay mo. No. Class, always keep them because somehow they can help you. Now, last, supposing you're able to solve, but you're not certain about your solution. Basta na-solve mo, ba't iunsa mo? That's what you usually feel na, basta na-solve lang ko, ambot iunsa to. Okay, don't worry. We're not after of the final answer. We're after of the solution, how you did it. Basta, remember, always check your results against the given facts, against the given that you declared in step 1. And then, kung na-check na nimo, interpret the solution or answer in the context of the problem. So if the main problem says, what's the age of Maria? Kailangan na akay statement, sentence about the age of Maria. Don't just give me a figure, encircled figure. Maybe it's the age of Maria, but how would I know that's the age of Maria? So there's always parang a kind of closure class. So without this, expect a deduction from your score. Okay? So there should be the last or parting statement or statements, and make it brief, direct to the point. So those are the 4 steps under PULIA. Now let's go to examples so that we can see right away. 3.4, solving problems using strategies. Remember what I told you, what I was telling you, the plans, the strategies, the techniques can be combined. So for example, in this problem, I want you to make a drawing and using the equation and use an equation. And by the way, class, if there's no suggested strategy technique, feel free to present your own solution. But if there is a suggested technique or solution, you have to follow the instruction. So a triangle has a perimeter of 50 feet if 2 of its sides are equal, and the third side is 5 feet more than the equal sides. What is the length of the third side? Okay. I know most of you will do this. Mag-draw ka ng triangle. Yeah. Okay. And then you adjust the size, no? Okay. So, since it's said that 2 of the sides are equal, make them more or less equal. And then regarding the label, XX siguro. And then the third side would be Y, right? Or if you have AA for the 2 equal sides, the third is B. Ayaw pag AA tapos Y, ha? Although it's okay, pero there are some do and don'ts when solving problems, like in the assignment of in assigning the letters or variable labels, no? Okay, sige. And then that drawing parang presents your understanding of the problem. Let this be present here because you can be able to describe the letters that you are using, the variables that you are using. So, nanakay let blank. Okay, and then P for perimeter. P means distance around. So, A plus B. Okay, and it said that perimeter is 50 feet. So, A plus B is equal to 50. And after this, parang understanding the problem, you know, proceed with your solution. Your device is drawing, and then your equation comes from the perimeter formula that you were able to recall. So proceed na how to solve A, how to solve B next after you have A. That's carrying out the plan. And then the third side is 20 feet. That's under what man? Reviewing, checking the solution. Checking 20 is 5 feet longer than 15, di ba? So 15 plus 15 plus 20, that's 50. Okay, I'm just trying to check. Parang to let you think, magkuha ba? Sakto ba? Okay, so this problem has or involves 2 techniques or strategies. Now, let's go to another one. Okay, by elimination method. Jean asked Uncle Rod uh, how old he was. He gave some clues. I am between 21 to 42. I am divisible by 5. I am an odd number. I am divisible by 7. How old is Uncle Rod? So here, but instead of listing all the numbers in between 21 and 42, using the first clue, I am divisible by 5, eliminate na ang uban. So 25 are in, what are in 25, 30, 35, and 40, those that are divisible by 5, eliminated ang dili. And then, next clue, I am an odd number, so eliminate 30 and 40. So, i-cancel mo siya. And then, numbers divisible by 7, between 25 and 35, eliminate 25. So, what you'll see is just that 35. So, therefore, the age of Uncle Rad is 35. And there are some problems na ma-solve mo by elimination. And who determines that elimination method? Wala, ikaw lang. Okay? And usually there are clues class. Hints or clues. Daghan so that you can use that particular strategy. Now let's go to more techniques. Another problem. There are 7 players in a badminton tournament. Each player plays every other player exactly once. How many games will be played in all? Okay, class. If I have a good space and if the number of players involved are just can be mentioned, can be enumerated, meaning to say they're just that few, madapanig table or chart. So, who are they? No names. No names. Okay lang, mag-label lang ta. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? So, table has rows and columns. So, likewise for the row headings, you have the same labels, A, B to G. And then, you start analyzing. A. A cannot play against himself, so no mark. You can use check marks or cross. AB is the first game. AC, another game, and so on until you have AG. Next, second row. BA, no mark because you already have allowed players A and B to play. A, B, naan na. So BA, dili na pwede. Remember this, each player plays every other player exactly once. Okay, so BC, BB, same reasoning, cannot play against oneself. So the next would be BC, then continue until you have BG. And then try to count, note how many games are played in each row. So in the first row, 6 games. In the next, 5 games. And then continue class. Tapos na akay makita, di ba? Murag naaman ni pattern. So sometimes you may not complete this and then say right away the total number of games that will be played is, okay, 6 from the first row, 5 from the second. So mag-plus-plus ka na lang. Expect a +4, +3, +2 until you end with a +1. Total 21. Okay? Now, if you want to present your solution not by or not in table form but by making a drawing or pattern, making a diagram or drawing, pwede na siya. So like for example, going back to the 7 players, and then you have A playing opposite to B, to C, and until you have G. How many games are here? 6. Then go to the second player, B, playing omit A, BA, dili pwede, BB, di pwede. BA not because of AB, nana siya. So BC and so on and so forth until BG. Note the number of games, 5, di ba? And then class, somehow you'll realize that, uy, ang sunod ani 4, ang sunod ana 3, and so on. Okay, if you think that's so, I'll allow you to cut your answer. I mean solution, cut. mag-dot-dot ka na. That's the time to use this dot-dot-dots. Kung naay pattern, ha? If there's a pattern. Don't abuse the dot-dots kung wala kay makita pa. If you have seen something, okay, and then go to the last, that should be the last part. F, playing opposite to G. Wala na kay G of playing opposite to others. Wala. So, 6, 5, dot, 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 1. Add all, 21. So, it's going to be the same answer as the earlier. Are you familiar with the NCR formula? Let's have another technique class using an equation. NCR is from statistics combination formula. N factorial over R factorial, N minus R, quantity factorial. Remember that? Oh, you try to research that. That's combination or combinatory. Pag selection, order does not matter, class. NCX, NCR, that you use your calculator. What is N? The number of players. R refers to how many to play in each game. By twos, by threes, by four. Okay, here by twos. So 2. So 7C2 from your calculator, 21. Class, you use the formula, the NCR formula, NCX formula, when there is no suggested technique to be used. Okay? Pero kung naagani and then you're using the equation, you're not following instructions, that's what I mean. I'm sorry, class, I won't give you the maximum points. So kana siya 1 lang siguro, and if the problem is worth 5 points, 1 over 5 ka, even if your answer is correct. Okay, always follow instructions. So this problem can be solved in many ways. That's the point here. Now let's go to an activity. Okay, more questions, more problems. How many triangles are here? And then suggestion, make a list. And then in this picture problem, you use guess and check. And in this problem here, pattern recognition. Okay, let's see how this making a list is done. Okay, so want to see the number of triangles present in this drawing, in this given. Now, make your list be systematic, class. Kanang dali ma-review, dali ma-trace kung naay kulang. Okay, identify the triangles that are observable here. So this kind of triangle, okay, draw that here. And since I cannot draw, I just want to label, class. So I'm labeling this as A. I am writing here A. So how many triangles are similar to A? Look around and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why I have here 5, opposite to A5. And then B, this kind of triangle, how many of that type? Again, 5. A and B, when combined, they also form a triangle, di ba? A and B. How many of that type? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. And many more, class. There are still some other triangles that can be seen. Kung may lang kamutanaw, no? Makita na nimo sila. So try to declare them. Try to count them. And then total the number of triangles. That's now your answer to the main question. How many triangles are there? Okay? Now, systematic list, ha? Di ko ganan ana abang mag-count na pataka lang 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. Systematic so that we can review, so that we can all see and understand what you are doing. Now, let's go to number 2. Pattern recognition. How many dots are required for 7 rectangles? 7 rectangles. Now, class, if this is part of the given, kanisha. The first rectangle has 1, 2, 3, 10 dots. So put that, write that down, your observations. First rectangle, 10 dots. Two rectangles when joined in this manner gives you 10, 17 dots. Then three rectangles, for three rectangles, 24 dots. Yes. 10 plus 7. And then plus 7 again. Yeah, 24. And then the four rectangles when joined, 31 dots. For the fifth, how many? For the sixth rectangles, how many? For the seven, so you stop at 7. How many? How many dots are required for 7 rectangles? There you have the answer. But, class, if the number of rectangles is that big, dugay ka mahuman, di ba? But using patterns, acknowledging that there's a pattern, relating the number of dots and the number of rectangles, you can readily answer that question, whether 100 rectangles na or unsa ba. Okay, now let's go to letter B. If the figure has 73 dots, how many rectangles would there be? Class, recalling a particular formula when you were in senior high under sequences and series. Okay, total number of dots Sn, remember that, equals A plus n minus 1 quantity D. Instead of S sub n or S bar, how did you denote them? I have here the total number of dots. And then equals A, the first number, plus N, how many, okay, rectangles, and then minus 1, quantity D, the constant difference. Okay? Using this formula, you'll be able to solve letter A again. And using this formula, you'll be able to do letter B. This time, the left side, the total number of dots is given, but the n is not given. That's what we want to get, the number of rectangles. So even if my answer is cut, I was just so careless here, class. Ako kabantay. Okay? Um, the the number of rectangles can be easily determined. Okay? So, kamo na lang ang mag-continue ha, how to solve this. Okay, let's go to number 3. This is a picture problem, so typical. Maybe you saw this in one of the quizzes. Okay, so by just looking at the picture, you'd be able to determine the value or the worth of each, no? So, kung 13 siya, and there are three wheelbarrows, so each wheelbarrow is 10, correct? So the 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 30. So that's what we call guess and check. Parang i-guess mo muna, tapos i-check if that works. Kana imong value na nakita mo, work ba? Then you continue until you're able to get the value of the question mark here. But be very careful because sometimes in a line involving pictures, parang mausab ang quantity. So instead of a pair of boots, sometimes it's just a boot. One lang. Tapos, maybe the wheelbarrow contains something. Huh? Yeah, it's possible. Okay, just like this drawing, this picture problem. Look at this. Okay, the crowns. And then the ladies. And then here, the roses. To, to, how do you call this one? And then a lady again, not holding anything. But here in the last line, lady holding two roses with wearing a crown. Okay, what else? Mhm. So it pays to be observant. And also in this problem, wait, this one. Okay, look at the hands of the clock. Then according to my student, when I gave the student this to my engineering students, some have had conflicting answers. Okay, I know Sandali ha. Ingon sila, Miss, if you magnify, you can still see parang differences. Ko, ha? Yes, miss. Taro nga, ipadako na, miss. Makita ni mo. Ko, I didn't do that. Why? Because in the first place, my eyes are not that good, class. I have defective eyes. Naka-laser na tong isa. Okay? So, so pay particular attention to something. Okay ni siya. Okay, anyway. So that's there. How many triangles do you see? Okay. Then look at this. More problems here. Okay. Some are not really non-traditional, pero they're just practical problems that we need to know how to solve, no? Okay. Okay. And then we have here logic puzzles. Wait for a while, huh? Yeah. There are some problems, mathematical problems, that are to be solved logically, applying logical reasoning. Like, for example, this problem. Okay. So that's it. Expect uh, your problem solving exam to be of this type. And by the way, class, to be honest with you, wala na. To be honest with you, uh, wait for a while, ha? I will let you look at the problem solving set I assigned. So this is the one that you're going to solve and submit on Tuesday. No extension class, ha? No extension. I'm supposed to collect this on a Saturday online. Pero since we will be meeting on Tuesday, I'd rather wait. Okay, how to do the assignment. So you open this assignment and there are specific instructions, general instructions. There are specific instructions as well. Okay, now you have 9 problems. Actually, class, it's 12 problems. 8, itong first 8, and then plus 4. And I remove, sorry class, I remove the 4. Instead of the 4, I gave this number 9. Wherein you are going to present your own non-traditional problem. And make sure it's different from the others, class. It's different from the others. Okay, this is a bonus question. Now, the 4 that I remove are about cryptarithmic, logic puzzles. Unsa pa to? Basta, I remove 4. And by the way, even if they're not here, some of them will be in the chapter 3 quiz. Okay, and you note the space in between after each problem. This is what we call the solution space. This space can be adjusted depending on the solution that you are producing, okay, for each problem. By the way, have a unique presentation of your solution inside the solution space. When I say unique, class, be sure to work independently. Be sure to not to let your classmates, your friends, uh, be sure to keep this to yourself. Don't show this to them. Okay? Why? Because we want uniqueness, something different. Our work must be something different from theirs. Because if ever I see something that is copied, even if you are the original, even if you approach me and say something, means ako ang original on class, I will not consider that. So still you will get a 0 or a 1 instead of a 5. Usually I divide the score among the people who are parang replicating your work. So be sure you hold that to yourself. Huh? Okay. But you still can help them just in case they approach you. Unsaon mo pag-solve. You can give them ideas but do not show your work. Even your sketch paper, ayaw lang ipakita. Okay? So give them ideas. Do not submit a scratch work class. Solutions must be numbered, ordered, organized, complete, clear, and readable. Suppose you have number 10, you present the solution of number 10 followed by number 3 and so on and so forth. I don't like that class. Okay, you better present the numbers as they are, the solutions as they should be, and kung di madag solve ang number 7 because it's difficult, or skip. Okay, go to number 8 after that. And make sure, one most important thing is, class, be sure that your penmanship is readable should you go for an handwritten, you know, a submission. Or kung gusto ka work, process digitally, ganahan ka magpa-impress na ako, I appreciate that. Narani mo, ha? Okay. So, and then, just in case class, total number of sheets should be should not exceed 2. But you can always use the back page. So parang naakay 4 pages, di ba? 2 short bond paper, back to back. Daghan na kag space dyan. Okay? So no solution class, final answers only, because there may be people who attempt to submit final answer. Pwede dili na lang. Wala na lang, ha? Ayaw na lang pag-submit kung walang solution. Because to me, remember this, ha? Solution matters. It's not the answer, it's the solution. Okay? So that's it. And I forgot something, class. I forgot something. Allow me to go back to this slide. Are you still seeing something?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Okay. Naano kay balikan, gamay lang gid kaayo. I'm looking for the cryptarithmic. Yeah, this one. Okay. Cryptarism, alphanumeric, cryptarithmic. Okay. You can search on that, and any cryptarithmic or alphanumeric problem can be solved by trial and error or guess and check. For example, sand plus more equals money. Coca plus cola equals oasis. Here we have 2 lines, and then when you add them up, a third line. But the number of lines in the addends could be more, 2 or more. Okay? And the operation may be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Class, lisod na ang addition. So I'm not presenting to you cases about subtraction, about multiplication, about division, but they really exist. They can be done. Pero ano lang, kay kapoy kayo ang addition gani. So how much more for the other operations? You know why? Because this involves determining the values of the letters. And when the letters are replicated, say for example, E, then E na put, then E here, these 3 E's must have the same value. And then, furthermore, the beginning letters, which we call as the leading letters, or the values, kung pila na siya, unsa na sila, leading digits, are non-zero. The values of the letters are from 0 through 9. Pero kung naana siya sa leading positions, ang letters, they cannot assume a value of 0. So S cannot be 0, M cannot be 0, but when you add them, class, the sum is, the total is MO, meaning to say, ni sobra na siya sa 10. For example, 7 plus 8, 15. So, na kay left digit. So, 1, 5, for example lang. And by the way, you always look at the, for example here, there are letters occupying there are leading parang places, di ba? Occupied by S and M, and your M, this M. Watch for them. Okay. The moment you make some adjustments here, they're likely to be affected. Huh? So, parang mag-guess ka, not just once, twice, but many times. Okay? And present your kanang solutions trials, errors as you go along, ha? Until ma-solve ang problem. Okay? Sige. Ah, will this come out? This is one of the problems I removed from the 12, from the initial 12. Okay? And that logical puzzle problem, I also removed something similar to that. And I decided to have simpler logical puzzles and simpler cryptarithmic problems in the long quiz. So, di niyo makita sa problem solving but naa siya sa long quiz sa chapter 3 to be given on Thursday next week. Face-to-face ta next week ha, Thursday. Pero makahook ta sa Canvas quizzes. And basin, I might change my mind. I will be having a paper and pen, dili na ta mag-online. I'll still try to see it. Okay? Kung which is the best one. Okay, other questions, class? It's almost time. And I'm done with chapter 3. So, tapos na ako. Sorry for the marathon. Okay, so I'm done. I'm going back to you now. Stop presenting. Are there questions? None? None? Okay, sige. Kung wala, then let's go now. Remember the deadline? Thank you so much, class. Oh, yung green, why?
Miss, sa assignment, miss ba, sa paper na mo ibutang miss no, then we'll take a picture lang sa mong
Short
solusyon.
bond.
Short bond
Ay, you
paper.
will have to submit
So,
face-to-face man
okay,
ka
miss. Thank you,
on
miss.
Tuesday. Yes. Okay, sige. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. See you on Tuesday next week, face-to-face.